Hello again, folks. I hope you like this one as much as I do. I think this is a fine creation for the parts in the set. It represents, as far as I can tell anyway, a Blackbird SR71 Spy Plane, no longer in operation according to the web, but basically, I suppose, maybe apart from a few maybe intercontinental ballistic missiles, space rockets, space shuttle, the fastest thing man has ever certainly flown. Apparently a nice cruising speed of Mach 3.2, which off the top of my head is 651 mile an hour, the speed of sound. It's 3 times that or thereabouts. Bear in mind I'm working a lot from memory on that, but fast. Yes, this model's a little chunkier and it's a little shorter, but it's all from the one of the recent sets, and underlined with this model, one of the best of the most recent sets. This set is the 20 model Meccano Maker System aerial rescue set. I've built the chopper, the Chinook type helicopter with a little Land Rover Defender, some time back. There's a video on that one in the playlist. And this is the next model. It just appeals. I thought, oh, that's appealing. It doesn't look too weird. It does represent the prototype fairly well. Of course, nowhere near a scale model. It's quite a nice model. I've made a little tweak here and there are places where you could improve with the set parts quite easily. The main change, really the only change I suppose, is the front undercarriage. Now, to be fair, this would look better without the undercarriage on, but for display purposes I suppose. The front undercarriage is very short in the instruction book, and therefore it sits really low on the nose, not like the prototype. And you can find out the prototype on the internet. Just put SR71 images on Google, you'll see it. And there's a film that utilises it with Clint Eastwood from the 80s, I think, maybe late 70s, called Firefox. It's a bit of a feat of engineering, the real thing. This one is nowhere near as complicated to make. It can be a little bit fiddly in part, but regarding the front undercarriage, I basically used the last longest bolt I'd got left after the build and extended it. There's plenty of spacers to add. The construction is exactly the same as the instructions, except it's a longer bolt. It makes it sit more or less level. The rear wheels are these quite old now plastic pins with the small rubber grommets holding it on. They spring quite freely, but of course they do tend to fall off, or almost fall off. In fact, they are put on very early in the build, and I would generally, if you're building it yourself, I would put these on much later. I'd put the wings on first. It would be far easier that way. And in fact, really, I wouldn't put them on at all once it's been displayed. It'll be taken off and hung on the ceiling. But a good model. A couple of places where I reckon it could be improved, because there is parts left over in the set. Fair amount of parts left over in the set. The quick snaps here they've been used. There's no need, and it would be far better to have nuts and bolts for those. And the same for the cockpit area, the sides here and here. Yeah, it wouldn't look as flush there, and to be honest, that one ain't too bad because it's got support at this end where that rests there. But these, yeah, you could, if you wanted to, replace those with nuts and bolts. The sad, if that's the word, the sad part about this actual set is that the jaws of the spanner, the open-ended end of the spanner, they were already bent as soon as I took it out of the box. So it was too wide. Fortunately, I got a spare on me, which wasn't so bad. I could use that, but that's had some use, so that's going to be junked as well. So unfortunate. Yes, you could probably straighten it, but the jaws are quite thin on the newer spanner, and they probably would bend quite easy anyway. It's alright once you've got plenty of sets, because you'll have plenty of spares, but if this is your first set, that's a bit of a disappointment. Set wise itself, the bags reasonable size for the parts that are in them, that look good, so it all looks good in the box. Regarding those wheels again, to put these grommets in place flush, use the box end of the spanner, but use the back of it. You can push them in place nicely there. Again with the box spanner, around this area here, all around here, is quite narrow, so at least to get it the nut started on the bolts, use the box end. If it doesn't clip in very well and it drops out, you'll have to squeeze it together with a pair of pliers or a vice, just very, very slightly. Some of the strips, as usual, not stamped Meccano. Overall, the zinc is pretty good, but there are some parts with some staining on, and most of the narrow strips seem to be a little bit thicker than normal. Maybe it's just got an extra thicker layer of zinc on it, I don't know. Probably the most awkward bit of the build was this nut here, getting at it with a spanner, because it's below, quite a way below the this flanged plastic plate. Therefore you can only really use the open end of the spanner end on. I suppose you could have, because you can probably see right in there, just below there, this is before all this gets put on, you could put the bolt the other way around and that would be easier. And you can't see it, so you don't have to worry about it looking neat. When it comes to do the first wing, which if I remember right was the left side here, the instruction doesn't show the correct angle of the two parts together. The next stage does. The other wing is fine, that shows that correctly, so just be careful and take your time when you're doing that. There's a couple of parts in the build, stage 16 and 17 springs to mind. I say springs to mind because it says on my notes here. It's just putting one bolt in, and you could do 16 and 17 as one stage. There's probably a couple of stages like that, and that's not uncommon, of course. I love the jet engines. I think they're great for the parts used. They're so little neat jobs there. Lots of nuts and bolts used, yes, plastic parts, but they come together nicely. Quite a good representation. And for newbies out there, the little geared hub there, or the rose, it's fitting inside is triangular shaped for the triaxle, so there's no thread, but you can actually cut your own thread with the bolt by just screwing it in. Can be a bit tight, so back it off and then start again and keep doing that till it's on properly, but it can be done. Just use the Allen key and hold that with your fingers. It should go in quite well. So if you get stiff, back it off again and cut your own thread, continue to do it. The angle of the tail is put together by just a common obtuse angle bracket in there. I don't think there's much else. Of course it doesn't do a lot, but it's just a damn good representation of the prototype. No, of course it ain't a scale model, but pretty good indeed. Quite nice, quite satisfying. When it comes to doing the rear section here, I think it's more because they would clash than anything. The lines that show you in the instructions where the bolts go, it shows one up here and one down here. That's not the case. This has to fit flush. Therefore, if they fit flush with these at the bottom this side and the same the other side there, it will fit, or should be, more or less in the middle there, nicely balanced. So that was one thing that I had to think about a little bit. Not too bad. Oh, regarding instructions, folks, this is a downloadable one, and you have to download, I should say, the instructions, and these are the instructions I worked off. I printed these off. A little bit bigger than the norm to fit the page. This is A4, so you will find some of the one-to-one drawings are slightly too big, but use a ruler, I suppose. And even though it's black and white, I didn't have too much bother. It's a bit dull here to trying to see what's what, but it's faint to see. You may not see it here. You might with this light. The light I was working wasn't as good as I got now, but no real problems. And there's quite a few pages there, as you can see. It was it's only printed on one side, but 46. Yeah, 46 is the last stage. So overall, a really good model, satisfying build. I think that's about the lot, folks. Very neat jet engines. Really pleased with those. And the build time, hour and 3/4. That's all. Overall, a great model. It's a good set anyway, but a great model. Some of the other models look a bit weird. This one doesn't. It seems to represent the prototype very well. And especially as I'm working off black and white prints, it all come together very well indeed. And this set is currently available at least in my local, the Range shop. There ain't that many in the country, I suppose. Probably half a dozen, maybe more, I don't know. But check out the Range. Your website probably won't tell you, but check your individual store if you live nearby. This is a $29.99 set RRP, and it was $22.49. And as far as I could tell, it wasn't in a sale price, it was just priced wrong. So, good price, good set. A lot of parts, yes, plastic, but it is a decent set. Bye for now, folks.